Hi Adrian, how are you doing today?
Very well, thank you. Yes, thank you for inviting me to speak to you.
And thank you, because I know you're really busy. And if you don't know who Adrian is, Adrian Phillips is the Managing Director of Bradt Travel Guides. And what I love about Bradt Travel Guides is they offer guides to more unique destinations, don't they really? But you are actually the biggest independent travel publisher across the UK and US, which is amazing. But also you just offer that slightly alternative angle. And I think I read on your website actually that over 2/3 of your books, you have no competition because no one else has written about that destination. So I think that really sums up what you're about and why you're great for the Our Tribe Travels community, because we do like to seek out somewhere a little bit different.
Yes, and that's where our niche has been traditionally. We were founded, well, nearly 50 years ago now. And what we were always known for was getting there first. So Hilary Bradt, the founder, and she's still involved. She has always published, tried to open up areas that might be emerging from conflict or from natural disaster, and bringing guidebooks out to those areas to help with the regeneration of those areas. But as a traveller, from an experiential point of view, those are also the places that I think your type of follower and ours are interested in.
Yeah.
We've got 200 odd titles now, so it's not just places that are really off the beaten track, but what we try to find even in the more mainstream destinations is those corners that are a bit off the beaten track too. So it's both the countries. We have a lot of places that other guidebook publishers don't cover at all, but where we do cover places that everybody else covers, we try to find places that are a little bit more different.
We had a really nice little fun interactive activity actually in the group a few weeks ago. Simon popped into the group, and many of our families, because I've got my books here,
Fantastic.
one of my downloadable ones, and it was really great because we were able to say the type of travel that we liked and the sort of destinations that we tend to gravitate towards. And then Simon gave his personal recommendation from your guidebook selection of 3 places that we should put on our list. So I have, because I love food and budget travel, or a combination of the two. So I've got Georgia, I've got the Ukraine one, which I'm downloading, and also Northern Italy. So these are something that I'm really looking forward to visiting once this pandemic has passed us by. But obviously it's a really difficult time for you and anyone in the travel industry. So what we wanted to do is talk to you about how you're having to pivot your business, how you're navigating this, ways that we can help you, and talk about what you're doing at the moment that's a bit different from how you normally run your business.
Thank you. Well, thank you for offering the support. That's wonderful. As you say, the problem at the moment is one of cash flow, effectively. That as a publisher in the travel area, we've seen sales of books fall off a cliff through the trade. The bookshops aren't open. People, understandably, are thinking more about buying bottles of wine and new roll than they are guidebooks. So our challenge has been to encourage people to continue thinking about travel, to look beyond the here and now and think, look, however frustrating and obviously challenging the current period is, the one certainty about it is that at some point it will come to an end, and the opportunities to start getting back out there will return. And so encouraging people to use this time really to start thinking about that time and doing perhaps some of the reading. I would say that we're a guidebook publisher. We want people to start reading again, but to start thinking about the destinations they'd like to visit and doing some of the reading around those so that perhaps they're better prepared for when they go. I mean, so often I think people just flick through a guidebook on the plane on the way over there and don't properly get a chance to absorb a lot of the background information, the history, the wildlife, the culture, and get a proper feel for the place they're going to. And this, in a way, offers that ideal opportunity to do that. So yes, we're trying to encourage people to go to our website and use this opportunity to buy books. So we're offering a big discount offer at the moment of 50% off. So anybody going on our website and using the code DREAM50 at the checkout will get 50% off. And if you don't yet know where you want to go, or you don't want to dabble in dreaming about where you might go, we're also selling vouchers that people can use that will be valid for 2 years. So you can buy book vouchers on the site as well. So that's the sort of traditional things we're doing. We're also, as you say, pivoting, and we've in a couple of ways. The first is that we've launched a travel club, which is a subscription service and offers 3 tiers of membership that people can take up, and get various benefits from that. So in the first tier, for £5 a month, there's a new e-zine that we're doing. Now, this is absolutely nothing we've like nothing we've done before. We're a guidebook publisher, but we're now doing a monthly e-zine, which is for subscribers only. And you also get various benefits, discounts on our books that go beyond those that we offer as standard through the website, and on various other travel products. So there's savings to be made by being a member inherently. And then the middle tier, which gives you all of that, plus your choice of one of our books every month.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and actually most of our books, they average £16 or £17. So the membership in itself represents a saving on that book, and you get the other benefits too. And then our upper tier, which we're calling First Class Traveller, is offering all of those benefits plus a personalised concierge service. So you get access to our authors, and they will help you tailor make your bespoke itinerary for your trip. And we will then put you in touch with an operator that we work with, or one of the many we work with, as the recommended partner that we think would be the best one for setting up that trip. And we'll get from them for you a special discount on that trip as well, if you want to go with a tour operator. Obviously, you may want to do it independently, which is fine. But if you did want to go with an operator, we can set that up for you as well.
That is awesome value, actually, because it's £35 a month, but you also get a free book of your choice every month.
Yeah.
So once you deduct that, you get your e-zine, and then you get that personal service for up to 2 holidays a year, isn't it?
Exactly right. Yes. Yeah. So I think it is good value. And as I say, also ongoing discount offers that we're going to be offering for membership. We're going to continue to build those discount offers. So discounts of travel magazine subscriptions, and discounts off gear and kit, discounts off airport booking, things like that. So overall, whichever tier you go for, the £5 tier, the £15 tier, or as I say, the upper end £35 tier, I think overall you'll be making some very good savings. And I hope, things like the e-zine will be providing people who are interested in our type of travel with some material that will keep them going now, and obviously after this crisis passes as well, but some interesting reading material and inspiration as well.
And actually what you say about the guidebooks, and normally people are in a bit of a rush and they don't have time to read them properly, you can actually make great savings on your travel if you do read your guidebooks properly, because you've got all the different tiers of accommodation recommendations. If you're planning in advance and making your itinerary up or yourself, or using your own concierge, you can make the savings there, can't you, with your careful planning, because you're not having that last minute rush where you're panicking.
That's a really good point. And I think especially after this crisis is over, where people will probably be, financially stretched, they're going to be watching their pennies, they're going to be much more careful probably in the choices they make about where they spend their money. If you want to go for these big experiential trips, or even just something that's closer to home, but you want real value from that trip, both in terms of the types of thing you do and get the most out of your time, or in terms of making some savings and choosing the right place at the best value, doing that research in advance is time well spent, I would say. Yeah. And you can do that on the internet, and you can go on TripAdvisor and everything else, but the beauty of a guidebook is that it pulls all that information into one place. You can trust the information. It's curated by someone who knows what they're talking about, which is always helpful. Yeah. And so yeah, it offers all those benefits. I mean, we do lots of other books that aren't guidebooks, I should say. I mean, we do a series of travel literature and activity guides and wildlife guides. So we offer quite a broad range of the types of book we offer. So if you don't want a guidebook, there's other stuff there too. But yeah, we're talking here more specifically about guidebooks. And yeah, definitely now is the time to research, because now you can make sure that you squeeze the very best out of the time that we're going to have in the future, whenever that time comes around.
And you can look like a really generous friend or family member by buying a voucher, giving someone a voucher for £100 that's actually only cost you £50.
and they don't need to know that you've only spent half the money. Actually, we will keep that secret safe.
And then they've got 2 years to use it, which is amazing. But also, yes. I love that, so many businesses are using this time as well to do things that they have had on their to-do list and haven't actually had the time or resources to action it. So I noticed you have your new website. revamped, and you're still sort of finalising a few parts on that, but it looks really great. And for anyone out there who wants to have a look, you've got so many interesting articles which are split into like family and culture and wildlife. I noticed a great section on transport, because one of the topics of conversation in our group actually recently has been about train travel. So there were so many articles on the best train routes to travel on around the world, which is great as well. And also in your local area, now we're allowed to go out, and if you're UK based and you can actually start venturing a little bit further afield, you've got some great guides on different areas of the UK, so it's quite a nice time to have a look at the walks. And
yeah, that's one area that I think we're quite well placed for. This is obviously a terrible time for everybody, but in the travel area especially. But the one hope we have is that this series that we have, it's a slow travel series, so it's really about deep immersion in a local area, exploring it in real detail, and supporting the local producers, doing things, finding out about the local people, and really exploring a place in great depth. We've got this series to UK regions called Slow Travel, and we've got everything, you know, we've got the Cotswolds and Cornwall and places like that, but also slightly, more off the beaten track in a sense. East Devon, I mean, we go down to East Devon, so really small areas. We go into small locales. And I think that series should both suit the likely focus on domestic travel that's going to come in the immediate future, and I think will probably be a greater focus for a period of time to come anyway. But also it feels as if there's a mood towards slow travel generally that's been enhanced really by this period of lockdown. The sense is that when all this unlocks, that people are going to want to travel in a more considered way anyway, and so the series we have there, I think, should suit people. So yeah, please, I do encourage anybody watching this to have a look at our slow travel series. I would say this, but they're really lovely books.
No, they are good, and I hope everyone's okay over, well, you're all dispersed, obviously working from home, and homeschooling, of course, at the same time, challenge, but I hope that everyone is doing okay.
Yes, I'm juggling my 5-year-old twins with with homeschooling every day in Zoom meetings, and deciding how we can keep getting everybody encouraged to think about their travels in the future, and keep buying books, and supporting independent publishers like us and independent businesses. You know, the terrible thing about this is that the travel industry as a whole is made up of a great many very small pieces, small operators who really specialize in their area, that love the places that they're running trips to. And those that aren't parts of big conglomerates or larger parent companies, they're really, fighting to survive through this period. And so thinking ahead even to having chats with them, even if you're not yet willing or feel confident enough to book ahead, just talking to them at some point and saying, look, we're interested in traveling with you in the future, or getting your advice. Even that sort of thing can help.
Yeah, thank you so much for talking to me today. I hope we can help you. We'll be sharing this video and then all the links and everything to your website and your new travel club. So let's see what we can do. And good luck with everything.
And you, thank you so much for having me on. That's really.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Bye.